Hello, my dear friends, lovely audiences. Welcome to the East-West Show. Today we're talking about our weekly update. Another update because last week we have been too busy with so many things. And there's a joke I like that Ken told me that probably we'll do a daily weekly. Right?
Yeah.
No, daily update. Not
Right,
daily.
we need it.
Daily update, okay? Because lots of activity going on.
So much in this world.
For the last update, what we have left was that part that even though for the tax cut for corporation is delayed till after the 2018th.
Yeah, if that happens.
If that happens.
Right.
The regular cut, the cut
Yeah.
to me, to you, to
Right.
average people,
Yeah.
or is that to be on schedule? What?
On schedule.
It is on schedule.
Yeah.
So can you tell us what kind of schedule, please?
Well, it would come into law for the calendar year 2018.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying all year, Jack. It's a sad failure to try to get this applicable for 2017. And if during the year, like right now you did it, you could still have it retroactive for this year. I don't know why they're not pushing that. I don't know why they don't do that. The sooner you can satisfy average Americans like you and I, the stronger our president's agenda will be, and happier the American people will be. So I don't know why they don't work for that.
Suppose it comes in effect 2018,
Yes.
right? Do you include your 2017 income to file return for 2018, or you have to wait for another year to
Right.
file your 2018
Yeah.
for 2019?
2017 would be under the tax code as it currently exists at this moment. So your return would be the same as last year, except with different numbers. So the tax law stays in effect till December 31 this year. So you file a return just like you always do on the same timetable, and then the new rates would be
So
next
the
year.
change, whatever, or cut or not cut,
Yeah.
whatever, will not affect your income
For
base
2017.
for
Right.
2017.
And one thing too, then, that if this, where we can expense new equipment you purchase, in the year you buy it, starting in 2018, no one's going to buy anything in November, December, because you'd have to depreciate it again. So some business activity like that, the purchasing of equipment, will probably come to a halt almost, because you don't want to do it and have to depreciate it over 3 to 5 or 7 or 10 years, whatever. But there'll be a lot of money spent in early 2018 when you can expense it all.
I see.
There'll be
I see.
a lot of money
In
invested.
other words, 2018, with that income and expenses, which you file 2019,
Yeah.
that's going to will reflect a lot of changes.
And another real big deal is what they call the repatriation of profits accumulated overseas in our corporations, that they don't bring it back because they'll be coming back in at the current tax rate. Now, the House was going to bring it back in at like a 5% penalty, which is fantastic. And, a couple $1 trillion should come back to America. Here, they're talking about maybe delaying a little bit of that. So the House, look, the Senate is very difficult to deal with because we don't have enough Trump supporters of his agenda in the Senate. Some of the Republicans, don't glow along.
On the other hand,
the Democrats, it's insane. We need to get a few Democrats to support the tax law.
I see.
And there's a good chance of that.
Same thing happens with Democrats, saying the Democrats get the support with some of the Republicans too.
Oh, they did for the last 8 years
They
under
do
Obama.
all
A lot of
the way.
Republicans went along with it because I just don't think they're warriors.
Okay, anyway, on the other hand, President Donald Trump has avowed for several times, for quite a long period of time, that he will get the manufacturing industry
Coming back.
back to U.S.
Right.
So has he been successful, or are we being successful in that kind of
Yeah,
area?
the beginning has happened. I forget what corporation, just one of the big ones, is bringing a $1 billion plant back into America. So there's a lot of jobs that are coming back to America. I can't tell you the number, no, but it's beginning. And if we get in a lot of the places over there saying we'll come back, you got to get the tax law through. Because then we'll be more, see, we're not competitive. We're one of the highest tax countries in the world. And so we lose our competitive edge even if we have a technological edge, because you don't keep as much money as you earn. And people want to keep what they earn. We got too much money going to our government, too much inefficiency. Cut it by 20%, get rid of everyone you don't need, and let them get a job.
Probably I can support you a little bit from what I have studied. Right?
Yes, sir.
And they're saying that nowadays in China, which was supposed to be a big workshop for manufactured jobs, right? With the cost, energy, labor, salary, everything increased, like a sky high. It is no longer, I'll put it that way, it is no longer beneficial to keep the manufacturing facilities in China.
That's the goal.
And there was a comparison, somebody did it, on an average study of certain products in certain area, and area by area, they take it in an average. They say, for something, if it costs about $1 to make, will cost them 97 pennies in China. So you're talking about 3 cents.
That's not big enough reason to leave our country.
Yeah.
It seems like.
That would probably.
That's big. Good.
That's good to me too. That's
good.
That's good to me too. To China too.
I haven't seen that.
Because China, that means China's economy have kind of grown up.
That the regular people are doing a little better.
Regular people do a little better. Not only that, but also from manufacturing levels, they are closer to the world level.
You know, one thing you could discuss way better than myself, because when I think of China, of course, I'm thinking of Beijing, Shanghai, all the major cities. But China's a huge company with just hundreds of millions of people spread throughout the land, you know. How are they? Are they doing any better over there? Because does it trickle down to the people that have, you know, just making a living on a farm or something?
That is a big question, a big challenge.
And I care about them.
Yeah, for the Chinese at this very moment.
Yeah.
Okay. What they're doing now, they're using the city as a center to radiate.
Okay.
To radiate.
Yeah.
To radiate to those surrounding areas.
Yeah.
And now you're doing circle after circle after circle after circle, and those radiations probably together will cover a big block of big areas.
Yeah.
Yet there are still huge mountains.
Yeah,
there are people deep in the
mountains. A lot of space
mountains.
over there.
Those are the people that are needing help.
Yeah.
And number one, you probably want to help themselves to be better off themselves.
Yes.
By doing whatever they are good, right? Or you keep on aiding them.
Right.
But that's a big challenge. That's a very big challenge, right?
And you know, because in America too, you've got New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, all these metropolitan areas, but also we've got Ohio, Iowa, North Dakota, where we have this. And those are the people that elected the president. They're the people that elected Trump.
United States are better because
in the
United States, when they started the Industrial Revolution, either number one or number two, they kind of go in a parallel way with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And within the nation, though, I don't see super left behind and super advanced.
Yeah, right.
In China, no, different. China is that in a condensed period of time, in a condensed way, you push the economy right away to almost the top as a number two nation. And looking back, you still have some vacant lands, some job left over to do.
And some forgotten people.
Yeah,
just
China
like we
has
have
to
some
look
forgotten
forward
people.
and backward.
Yeah.
So that's why I say this government at this very moment, they kind of doing a better job
And what President Trump did do is he remembered the forgotten people, and he brought them in as supporters, and they're appreciating that.
Sure. All right, with my good friend Ken Hemming, we're starting this weekly talking about China and the United States. Basically, we started with the tax cut. Tax cut is really a big thing, the big thing to happen. We learned one thing for sure, that 2017 come is going to be unrelated to the tax cut, regardless of what way, regardless of whichever way.
Correct.
Right? Thank you for that confirmation. Let's take a very short moment out. When we come back, we'll pick other issues of this past week, please. Hello, my dear friends, my lovely audiences. Welcome back to the show, Jack Zhao on the East West Show with G&E TV. For the past 2 weeks and 2 weeks and a half, sex harassment issue or misconduct, sexual harassment or whatever, has been very viral and almost kind of like a landslide way. Is it a landslide or is it not a landslide, or supposed to be a landslide or not supposed to be a landslide? I'm confused. With me, my friend Ken Hemming. I'm trying to test water, see if I haven't exchanged ideas with him. I'm just only testing water, see where he stands, right? How do you take, what is your take about the landslide right now, about the Hollywood culture, about the sexual misconduct, please?
Well, I have some serious thoughts, okay? And also I have a solution, a recommendation.
Okay, good.
But for example, what's happening in Hollywood, of course, Hollywood's very leftist, very democratic, and hates our president and all that stuff. And now they're getting, they're getting displayed as having a culture that has, I won't say endorsed and encouraged sexual harassment and inappropriate sexual behavior, but they've lived with it. They haven't fought it. Now some women are coming forward and with serious evidence, and so many on different of the personalities that have done bad things, including, you know, men to women and men to boys to men. That's really bad. But now what happens too, and it's been, so that's been more in the Hollywood thing. It's spreading through some other industries where people that just want to tell that they think they were harassed. But also it can be a weapon. This is what I'm worried about, because someone could just say to you, oh, Ken grabbed me when he was coming to the studio, okay? And how do you defend yourself? So they can use, they say our left people can use it to try to destroy people. Right now they're trying to destroy Roy Moore, who's running for a governor, one of our states, replacing Jeff Sessions. And they've got 4 people that said he was aggressive with them when they were underage females. And he's a minister, and he's a conservative and all that good stuff. Now, I don't know what the truth is. If you're guilty, you're guilty, okay? And then you should be disclosed or punished, whatever. But also, innocent people, and they put this information out on somebody, like this guy's reputation has always been really pure. They put it out right before an election because they have their plans to try to destroy somebody where there's not time to prove that he was innocent. If he is innocent, if he's guilty, he's guilty. You know, and then one of the things, Jack, everybody says, well, women don't lie. Well, everybody can lie.
Oh, they do.
And you can buy off a woman.
I can testify they do.
Right, yeah, they do. And
they do a lot.
And so do men. So there's nothing wrong, you know, it's not an admirable trait, but it's the truth, okay? They do. So people can falsely accuse things. Well, I'll tell you one really cool thing I heard coming out here, but can falsely accuse a person. Now, so what's the solution to this, okay? Now, I don't know whether this is legal or illegal, but it seems it's logical. Lie detectors. Have the men take lie detectors, have all the accusers take lie detectors. I don't know how accurate they are, but they've got a good reputation as being pretty accurate. And I don't know why they haven't thought about this, or maybe they have, why they aren't doing it. Now, if somebody accused me of this and I know I'm innocent, I'd say, I want a lie detector test. Give it to me now. I didn't do anything.
Okay.
You know, it's a really good thing. Also, then what came out today is a guy named Schiller that was with Trump in Russia in 2013 when the KGB, you know, they try to get bad things on wealthy people and famous people, so you can blackmail them and threaten them and whatever, and that they were there for the Miss Universe contest in Moscow, and the KGB offered Schiller, who was working with Trump, Trump wasn't there, that, well, we'll send 5 women up to Trump's suite. Well, and they just kept turning it down. No, 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 you know. No, they didn't do it, and everybody knows they didn't do it, but yet that gave them their foundation for this stupid dossier where they said Trump was up there and doing everything possible with, you know, a pile of women. But it was, and this guy just proved that it was
let's separate the issues.
Yeah,
right? Put the Russian side.
Yeah, that's fine.
Put the Russian issue aside.
It was just a hot item.
Let's talk about the focus on the Hollywood, the sexual misconduct part. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong if I say the following.
Yes, sir.
Like I said many times to my audiences, here's my disclaimer that whatever I say represents my own personal opinion. It is a constitutional freedom that I apply to freely express myself.
Yeah.
As Jack Chow.
Yeah.
Not host of G&E TV.
Yeah.
All right, how about that? Sexual misconduct has been there ever since human race.
Absolutely.
Am I right?
Absolutely.
Right. Starting from the
really
jungle
bad.
time.
Right.
Those apes know that I give you a banana.
Right.
You want to have sex with me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the earliest exchange.
It's a barter system.
The bargain
barter,
system.
right.
Okay. Now, into the civilized society, we have civilization rules, we have guidelines, we have ethics, and we have as the last defense, the laws. All right? Now,
Right.
and the laws were not given yesterday. The laws been there for as long as you could remember. Am
Yes,
I
sir.
right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
number
A
one.
long time.
Number one, the sex issue has been there almost along with the birth of the human race.
Right. Absolutely true.
Okay. And two, the laws been there has been for as long as you could remember. How come the issue pops up today?
No, and that's really a good question. And Hollywood, like way back to Louis B. Mayer and all these people in the 20s and 30s that started the film industry and that, they used to, I mean, girls would do anything to get in the movies, okay? That's what they all say, okay? And it was never controversial. It was just part of the package.
Okay, let's be safe.
Yes, sir.
Let's be safe. Let's walk our steps very carefully.
Yes, sir.
Let's just stick to the part that they are forced to.
Well,
they were cheated to.
Right.
All right. They were trapped to.
Right.
I never heard anybody willing to. Okay, forget that part.
Yeah, right, okay.
That's not my department of discussion.
Okay, but there's
like I said,
lots of
let's
that.
walk our steps on the ice more carefully.
Okay.
All right, good. Now, let's say if they were forced, they were trapped, they were cheated, something like that.
Right, right.
Okay.
All kinds of bad things.
Number one, do they have a moment to cry,
Yes.
to scream,
And to go to the police.
to attack,
Yeah, to attack, yes. Absolutely.
punch a fist on
Kick
the
him,
nose,
push his, break his eyes out.
a kick in the air,
Right.
in
Bad place.
the bad place
Yeah, bad
whatsoever, right? Or screaming, yelling for help,
Yeah,
or at least break out the news next day,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Call CNN, I was raped.
Absolutely.
Call CBS,
Well,
I was raped.
But see, if some
Call 911, I was raped.
But if a girl called CNN and said Bill Clinton raped me, they wouldn't report it. So that's the law should apply. But that's true. The law should apply to all of us
Do
equally.
not drag any other issues into this. Let's talk about Hollywood, right? Within Hollywood circle, with the sexual misconduct issue, right? And with the law versus our time as a guideline,
Right.
They can always do that, can they?
Right.
At least they can do their first response, kick the door open, and run out. Can we?
Well,
Can
your
they?
question is why now? And that's really the good question. Why now?
Yeah,
Somehow, because these ladies.
Why now?
A lot of these are 10,
Why
20
now?
years ago.
Why now only stands for question number one.
Yeah.
Question number 2, why a landslide?
Well, because what happens, I think it's kind of like mob mentality, where somebody starts throwing bricks against.
And following the landslide,
Yeah.
the movement, I call it movement already. Okay, the movement goes to government employees.
Hey, right now there's Congress women that say, "Oh, we're harassed here in Congress." Well, no, I'm serious.
Everybody's
they're saying that.
harassed.
Everybody's harassed. We
Everybody's
harass each
harassed.
other every show.
And that's why we say a landslide.
Yeah, right.
Right?
It's a tsunami. Yeah,
It's a
you're
tsunami.
exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what they're emboldened then when somebody comes out.
It's an avalanche.
Yeah, they're emboldened. Oh, because they hashtag Me Too. That's why they wanted women to that think they've been molested or whatever to send out hashtag Me Too without any description to see how many women think they've been victims.
I would rather buy case by case, right?
Yeah.
In certain case, a certain one with whoever, and do the case. In that particular case, we will find out why you didn't run away, right?
Well, we could talk about that.
Why you didn't
Intimidation,
scream, right?
Yeah.
And what was offered,
Right. You're right.
right? So on and so
You're
forth.
right.
And what did you get in return?
Right.
Oh no,
Right.
forget the word.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase it.
Right.
What did you get afterwards
Right.
for that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Right?
Yeah.
Once again, I made my disclaimer already. What I said, what I was, I'm still going to say, is only my personal opinion from a man named Jack Chow.
Right.
Right? And that's it. Neither does anything what I say stand for this show, nor does it
Right.
to the organization. It is a man-to-man talk. How about that?
Right. Exactly.
All right?
Yeah. So the real question, why now? It started to build. Then everybody, a lot of ladies, and some men now, okay, and young actors
And boys, and young boys.
That's terrible. I mean, you should be castrated if you attack a young boy. You know.
And it looks to me we follow a trend.
Yeah.
Last year and the year before, we followed the trend of a same-sex whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And now we're talking about
Yep.
we're trying the whole nation is
Right.
following the trend
Gay
of
marriage and that. And
yeah,
then
we
whatever.
were gay marriage, gay right,
right.
and legalization.
Right. One
we're talking
bathroom
about
for
piece
all,
of cake,
whatever.
piece of cake,
Right.
or in the name of Steve and Eva, or Steve and
Yes,
Eva
yeah,
and
Steve-
Steve,
right, yeah, right.
something like that.
Yeah.
No, Adam and Steve.
Yeah, right.
Adam and Steve,
Yeah.
not Adam and Eva, right?
Yeah, right.
Say, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And now this year we're starting talking about lots of women being molested or whatever.
But what
it's a trend.
But what I predict is it will fade away also. In
It
X
will
number
fade
of-
away.
It will
All right,
fade
it will
away.
fade away.
And
the next
men
year
will be men.
and we're
some
about
are
at
pigs.
the end, year end. The next
Yeah.
year will become another trend.
Right.
To follow.
Right.
All right.
That
'Cause
will
we
happen.
We had nothing better to do.
Yeah, it will happen. Now, unfortunately for the Democrats, Hollywood is Democratic supporting.
No. Once again, no partisan, please.
Well, but
my dear friend, my dear brother, Ken Hamming, let partisanship take a break. We are only talking about whoever happens in the circle, all right?
Well,
Thank
we
you
want to
very
see
much.
who's more.
No, thank you, right? And that's another talk, another day.
Good.
Well,
I'll be here.
We'll do unless you do. I challenge you.
Yeah.
Unless you go ahead and do homework, you do a national survey of how many Democrats altogether,
Yeah.
how many offenders, how many supporters out of each party. Show me
The percentage.
that. Yeah, show me that in black and white. Unless.
But what it has to do with a lot, Jack, is do you have a Christian background of values?
Yeah, whatever.
Because
I do.
Some good
I
Christians
have
do the
a-
same thing. Some
I
good
have
Christians
a
do bad
strong
things.
Christian background. I never go to church
Yeah.
because I'm busy.
Right.
But I never give up God
Right.
for even a single second.
Right.
God knows me.
Right.
God knows me. God knows Jack Chow has to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Jack
That's true.
Chow has to work. All
Right.
right. Okay, that's it.
That's
Right?
it.
All right. My dear friends, my lovely audiences, let's take a short break, very short break. And I enjoy sharing my concept with my dear friend Ken Hamming, a political commentator. Even though sometimes his partisanship pops up, I can still get this situation under control. Oh my God. All right. We'll be right back, please. The audience. audience. Welcome back to the show. Jack Chow on the East West with the weekly update with my good friend Ken Hemming, a political commentator, a dear brother to me, and he's a lover to the community. I really buy his philosophy sometimes, except his partisanship, which is no good. Which is nothing wrong, and we always go by that is the natural thing in the United States, and it is just by that we keep ourselves from going too far, right? So
I don't know. I will say I'm only partisan to the United States of America.
yeah, I know.
That's
yeah,
it.
I never said any other countries yet. All right, good.
Right.
Okay, my dear friend, to Ken Hemming, welcome back to the show. Okay?
Happy to be
Very
here.
good. For the month and a little over, not even a month and a half period of time, we have had 3 experiences of terrorist attack. One in Las Vegas, right?
Horrible.
Yeah, one in Texas.
Horrible.
There was one between New York.
Horrible.
Horrible, right?
Horrible.
And it was actually October 1st, October 31st, and November 5th.
Was it good? Your memory is better than mine.
Thank you very much. And you see, and it gets more and more condensed way. Okay, all right. They are using not only guns but trucks.
That's right. And when they run over people with trucks, the people that want more control over guns to have more power over you still go to gun control. The truck's not a gun.
I know.
But they
another
do.
Issue.
It's
That's another
insane.
issue. After we finish our gun discussion,
yeah.
we'll talk about trucks. Okay.
Yeah.
And you and I know that we hold different opinions on the gun control or gun issue. Call it that way.
Not dramatically.
Gun issue.
Yeah.
And probably today is one of the time that you and I once again are dragged into this discussion one more time, right? Okay, now, I have my problem with my first question. My first question being, every time when the word gun control is brought on the table, the gun right proactives automatically applies to Constitution, as if we were supposed to rip them off from the gun rights.
They would like that.
As a matter of fact, when we say gun control, we never say we want to rip off the right to possess guns. So can you tell me how psychologically it works? It shows out that way, please.
Well, let me give you 2 really, really sweet examples, okay? I'm a proud NRA, National Rifle Association member. I believe I'm responsible with weapons and trained, not as well trained as I'd like to be. So that's my own failure. But what happens is the pro-gun control people, okay, I won't go any farther than that, they instantly blame the National Rifle Association. And let me make a statement of fact. Of all of the mass shootings, which is really considered to be 4 or more dead, 4 or more dead.
Slow down. Let me do a little insertion.
Yes, boss.
This time, I want to lead the discussion or conversation step by step.
Okay.
Making no mistakes. Number 1, let's confirm. Do you not understand that when Jack Chow says gun control, Jack Chow doesn't mean to rip off the constitutional right of gun owning?
I know that, yes.
You know that,
of course.
Right? So I'll never say, let's overturn the amendment number 2. No.
No, we're not there.
We never said that, right?
But some people do, but not you.
I want to make my step 1 by clarifying that. I never wanted to rip off the right.
Right.
Number 2, the more we talk about the terrorist attack, the more I tilt my way to think about buying one.
Absolutely.
Maybe I should get one.
Me too.
Maybe I should get one.
You should, to protect yourself plus all of your people.
You're right. That exactly indicates
and be well trained.
I am.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I am calling for gun control, including myself when I do get a gun.
Right.
Something like that. Okay, with that clarified, you may go ahead.
Yeah. So here's something very interesting. People that are pro-gun control people, they think the government is better able to protect, to guide who gets guns, who doesn't get guns, and to protect all the people through government actions. Okay. Well, the person that just killed all these Baptists down in Texas was a U.S. Air Force a veteran, and he was dishonorably charged because he assaulted and beat the heck out of his wife and broke the skull of a stepson. And they never reported that, and he spent a year in prison. So he was not eligible to buy a gun, but yet the Air Force never reported it to the authorities, so he was able to go out there with falsehoods, and they had no knowledge, and legally obtain these weapons. So that's really, the government caused this to happen by their inability. I don't think a government does anything efficiently. In this, they can't even come up with a reason that they just didn't report it. They just didn't
on
report
the
it.
other hand, now that you mentioned the government, let's be very frank. Let's be very open-minded.
Yeah.
Let's lay down the card, which is the last card.
Yes, sir.
That regardless of bigger government or smaller government, a government is the government. No government agencies can be there exactly when that thing is happening.
Sure, of course, yeah.
Right?
Right.
Okay, now, I interviewed my friend Bob Lindsay yesterday. He kind of running for the county LA sheriff.
Yeah.
Right? And he's been in the business for 32 years.
I love them. Nice.
And 28 years of condensed experiences in the leadership position. And he says, to their professional study, that kind of attacks or shootings normally takes no more than 5 minutes.
That's right.
All right.
And I know where you're going.
In 5 minutes, things are finished.
Right.
Things are done.
Right.
How many people he supposed or planned to kill has been killed already.
They'll be done fast.
Whatever numbers of people he wanted to wound has been wounded already.
Yeah.
And he is either committed a suicide or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, now. And on the average of this nation, the average first responder arrive as 11 minutes.
That's right. I've heard exactly that.
It takes 11 minutes for first responder to arrive.
Which is very fast.
Which is very fast already.
But death from shooting is faster.
Which is dramatic already.
Right.
Right? But then, even then, you are dead for 6 minutes already.
That's right.
Am I right?
That's right.
And you can die for 6 minutes, you can die for 60 years.
And you can't be resuscitated.
Right.
You're dead.
You're dead.
Yeah.
You're dead. Oh, now. And we're still on their protocols. They are human body themselves.
Sure.
Right? They are human beings themselves. They have a life, they have a wife, they have kids, they have a family to attend to.
And they want to protect themselves
They want to protect themselves. So they have a protocols.
Yeah.
Once they arrive, they go in as a team.
Yeah.
They don't go in individually.
Yeah.
They don't do that. They go, they encounter, they interfere, they whatever as a team.
They have to protect themselves and then proceed.
For them to take 11 minutes to arrive, an additional minute to form as a team, to get in, to tackle the situation, where's the guy? Either dead or gone.
Or gone, right.
Or long gone.
Right.
All right? And those dead ones are dead already. They are dead 6 or even 10 minutes ago.
Right.
They're dead. So now, it all comes down to the point how you want to be protecting yourself.
Right.
You are the boss. You are your own protector.
And let's go to the Texas shooting, okay? After the guy killed 27, wounded 20 more or something like that, then he was starting to leave in a private citizen with a rifle, heard the shots, grabbed his rifle. He had been a National Rifle Association instructor in gun safety and how to use rifles. And he went out there, intervened, I think he shot him in the legs a couple times. And then he commandeered with a fellow in his truck, jumped in, said, we got to go after him for why. And they did. And they got up to 95 miles an hour, and they were like 11 minutes in the chase.
And he was driving 95 an hour.
Right.
And the calling
Citizens.
on the phone
Right.
as a citizen.
Right.
and telling the law enforcement
Right.
where he is,
Where right.
where the bad guy is, the shooter is.
And this guy was such a good shot because the bad boy, the shooter, had bulletproof stuff on, and he was able to pinpoint and get a shot into him. So anyway, this is where a common American who's well trained and has access to a weapon saved, because this guy could have killed another 30 people somewhere else. He had a car full of ammo and guns.
Oh yeah, if this pastor
He's a hero.
if the pastor has the weapon,
Right, no.
right?
Now this is good.
Yeah, things are even better.
And where you're going, Jack, right now, these big
And
churches.
somebody in the back room of the church,
Yeah.
with the curtains flipped aside, bang.
Right. No, this
They
is
can
where it's,
pinpoint him.
right now the large congregations. Some of the ushers will be bearing a weapon, okay, and they'll have maybe 2 or 3 people in the large congregations in there armed just to be close to something bad if it happens. And it's a sad story to think that this is what we need to do
All
in
right,
America.
my dear friend, we understand that Ken Hemming agrees with me. Today, what we're talking about in this segment is not a gun control thing. It is a situation analyzing that.
Appropriate use.
Yeah, the proper use of guns at the right moment.
At the right moment.
For the right one to have a gun,
Right.
how important that is.
Very important.
Probably we should continue a little bit to make ourselves even clearer
Yeah.
to our audience. How
It's
about
big.
that?
It's
Right.
big.
Okay, let's take a short moment. I still want to come back to meander on this issue because I believe I can milk out a lot of issues out of it. So stay with us, please. Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to the show. Jack Chow on the East West Show, the famous East West Show. I got lots of calls from my friends. I said, Jack, you're doing a good job. I said, oh, thank you very much. Right? I said, call my boss, see that.
Yeah, right. Please.
I don't know your boss number. I'm kidding. All right.
Yeah,
Okay, anyway.
right.
On the East West Show with lots of friends supporting, one of my biggest friend is my good friend Ken Hemming. And he is a board member of PCC Foundation, and he is a certified CPA for life.
Yeah, I am.
And he is right now doing some, what is that, audition?
Oh, I'm doing some
What do you call it?
consulting. I'm doing some consulting
Consulting.
for a corporation.
For a corporation.
And honored to do
on a
it.
2 days or 3 day basis,
Right.
making much more than I work in 365 days.
Not really, but yeah, but that's good.
Okay, anyway, I'm not selling you.
Yeah.
Back to the gun control issues. We're using the Texas shooting, church shooting, as an example. And we haven't had a chance to talk about the New York shooting. It's not shooting,
Right.
It's killing.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
It's a
it's
massacre.
slaughter.
It's a massacre, it's a slaughter with
Yeah.
a truck. Now, the thing is that how you handle those situations, right? And today they use a truck. What if someday they use a bulldozer?
Oh, they will if they can. If you can
right?
kill more,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, kill some more, right? So, okay. Now, what's your take? How about what are we doing?
Well,
what have we done wrong?
Here's one very interesting
Have we
thing.
done wrong to deserve that?
Everybody keeps saying, if you see it, say it. Tell somebody. And the people that knew this person that used this truck to and he had done dry runs, just driving by and checking it all out before. He planned it very extensively. But in the people saying, wow, why does he have a truck at his house now? Because he doesn't have a job that requires a truck. So you see something, say something. We've all got to be vigilant in helping protect each other. In the San Bernardino shooting, they knew that what was going on with guns across the street. They saw these things all the time, and they were afraid to say something because, oh, maybe they think they were anti-Muslim. Well, we're anti-murderer. That's number one, what we are. And so we've got to everybody in America, if we're all aware that evil does exist,
Tell me, be honest, tell me,
Yeah.
have we done anything wrong to deserve this?
I don't believe so.
I don't believe so.
I believe this is a
All
very...
right? I don't believe either.
Right.
We are the most peace-loving people on earth.
Well, there's a lot
Look
of
what
jealousy.
we have done. Look what we have done.
Right.
Our money, our men is everywhere to help.
And they've died doing it.
And they died doing it.
Right.
Why do we get that? We have people flying into our buildings.
Right.
We have people driving trucks into our crowds. Right. And the next day, what? A bulldozer?
Oh, anything that will, yeah. Well, you know what the next thing's going to be, Jack? I will tell you. The next weapon to kill us will be drones. These little drones, they're talking about it now.
Yeah, and the drone. Yeah, drone. Yes,
It's going to happen. Someone's going to stick a drone right down
Much
to a baseball
smaller,
stadium or something.
moves faster.
Yep.
And it's not.
And it can blow up pretty big.
No man operation.
Right.
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 It can be exploded.
No, this is big time. This is big time. I'm not a drone fan at all because I want my privacy. I don't want someone flying around watching me. And it has a lot of very negative potential impacts. I think equal to or greater than whatever benefit it is. I don't want someone to send a drone to bring me a sandwich. Okay, I don't want that.
Now, at the end of the day, it all comes down to, I don't know why I changed. I changed already, Cam. I have changed myself. Right. Suppose if I see a truck drive by at an extra fast speed.
Right.
And towards the crowd.
Oh.
And I happen to be on the side, and I happen to be missed.
Right.
And I had a pistol here.
Right.
I will draw it out. I will shoot at the guy.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Even if I'm not such a good shooter to kill him right away.
Right.
My gunfire.
It will deter him.
But no, my gunfire will deter him.
It will deter him.
Will push him to change course.
Jack, one of the main things about these mass shooters.
And then there's another guy across the street doing the same thing from another angle.
Right.
There's another guy from the front shooting right into the window, though.
Right.
That will together probably stop the guy.
Yeah, we just hope they don't miss it and it comes and shoots you. But one thing in common with all these mass killers, they're cowards. Like the guy that just killed. The guy that killed those people in the church.
Let's forget
when he got shot at, he dropped his weapon and ran away like a coward.
Let's put aside the ethic.
Cowards.
Let's put aside the ethic part. Let's talk about methods of defense, right? And tell me if in the church itself, right, there are guys scattered around, not necessarily the ushers or the guards or whoever, just the attendees, the churchgoers.
No, that's what they're doing now.
Yeah, no, the churchgoers. Right. License them. I know they license everybody in Texas, right?
I don't know that.
To carry
not everybody.
To carry concealed weapon.
But you still have to apply for it. You're not.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But they apply.
Yeah.
Get a license.
To carry
your concealed weapon in church.
Yeah.
Now.
Or unconcealed too. It could be right on your belt.
Right, sure. Right. And now the bad guy, knowing that people have guns with them, on them, would they think for a second time before he enters?
Absolutely.
So that deters.
See, that's why the most dangerous place to be in America is in a gun-free zone. That's where all the bad guys go. Okay, a gun-free zone. No one's got a gun. That's the thing. Let me tell you what happened yesterday. I forget what state, but there were 4 teenagers that planned to abduct a 17-year-old female daughter, and then they were going to use her as a hostage to go to the father, 51-year-old guy that they thought was wealthy. But anyway, what they did when they got to the house, and I won't bore you with more details, but then the father became aware something, because the daughter said, "Daddy, something's different here. There's stuff in the street," and then he got aware. He heard some noise outside. He put all the lights on, and there were the 4 guys trying to break into his house. And guess what? He opened fire. He had his pistol. He opened fire. The cowards ran into the bushes like they'll do, and then now they're all arrested. And the fact that he had a weapon absolutely saved things. But there are thousands of those events every year.
And it was last week on the paper.
Yeah.
In Chicago, there was a shop owner who was a woman herself. and the
Yes.
Chinese American woman.
Yes.
And she was brave enough.
I love her.
There are 4 guys confronted her.
Yeah.
She killed 2. And the other 2 run away.
Let's take her for dinner.
All right?
Yeah.
So that is the kind of thing people protect themselves.
That's right.
Right.
God, that's great.
That's great. That's
a great story,
So, thank you for brainwashing me. You
Yeah.
almost had my brainwash. I was strongly against gun control in the
Yeah.
very beginning. Now I feel that I'm kind of pushed
Yeah.
to a point that when the government, regardless how wishfully they are trying to protect me, literally they can't. By
That's true. They can't.
By logic,
They
they
can't.
can't.
First responders can't get there fast enough.
No,
like we just
they
talked
can't.
about.
So in that case,
We
though,
need our
your
responders.
only survival,
Right.
it depends on you yourself.
Right.
And you do not even have a piece on you.
Right.
All right.
And there's other things, other ways of defending yourself. I mean, my daughter took training to be able to fight off people if that
Next
was
thing to
necessary.
talk about is that owning a gun or whatsoever, a pistol, whatever, under your pillow,
Right.
and separated with the bullets,
Yeah,
which
right.
is
put
in the garage or so somewhere.
Well, no, that should be dead.
Doesn't even work. And
Yeah, it doesn't work. If you don't have bullets, you don't have a gun.
either they don't allow you, or when they do allow, they allow something on your belt. That's it.
Yeah,
That's my take.
yeah. Well,
Other than that, there's no way of stopping them.
all we care about is that the citizens and the people in our country have a reasonable chance of being protected from evil.
Yeah. For example, if right now somebody walks in, right?
Oh, I know.
If I had something, I will chew up right away.
Right.
Let's do it. Let's fight.
Well, right now, if somebody walked in that looked armed or something, I'd just hide right behind you, Jack.
And you will do that, huh? And I'll protect you.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, good. All right,
That was
my,
bad.
My dear friend, I will die a martyr. Right?
Yeah.
I'll die a hero.
That was terrible.
I'll die a hero, and then he will give his
Then I'll have my show.
all his money to my son. How about that?
Yeah, it's a deal.
Okay, very good. Okay, my dear friend, my lovely audiences, we love you all. Nobody dies, all right?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want
right.
anybody to die. I don't want to die myself. I
No.
don't want him to die, but I want his money. That's it.
Yeah, okay.
All right. My dear friends, thank you for watching. And this update will probably help you. And to my friend Ken Hemming, thank you very much for sharing.
Love you, love
All right.
them.
And thank you for hiding behind me.
Yeah, right.
Because you trust me so.
I'm a coward.
You trust me so. All right, good.